Floaties and members, thank you so much for supporting me. We are not looking at a Porsche Boxster. We are looking at something far more nuggety than this. We're going to be looking at the 1998 Dodge Neon RT, the spicy Neon. Like, they looked at the Neon and said, "This need spicing up." I mean, let's rewind. It'll show everything when you look at it.
Motor Week is made possible by Rock Auto.
It's a different start.
And Tire Rack.
Come on, show it to us. Why are they hiding this from us?
The term race car for the street is an overused automotive cliche. It usually describes a high horsepower exotic from Ferrari or Porsche, the kind of car that most of us could never afford to buy.
No.
Well, the folks at Dodge have changed all that. No, they're not building a $15,000 Viper.
So if it's just, you think like luxury cars, sport cars, then Dodge is to the rescue. It's like, good, and they've used the Neon.
But they are giving us a chance to buy a real race car and one that we can drive every day. It's called the Dodge Neon RT, a machine that's fun, fast, and very friendly.
Yeah.
Friendly to your...
Why don't they keep going? Why don't they go down the bumper? Why does it stop there? You got to up over the stinking sunroof. Most of it's missing because of the sunroof. Why couldn't you just keep going? Why does it stop there? And I think this car's in Need for Speed Underground 1 or 2. I think number 1 has the stock Neon and number 2 has the RT or something. But here's bothering me. Why don't they just keep the lines going? And then... putting racing stripes on a car like this, I don't know. I mean, I'd love this. I'd love this today. What a nug. It's absolute nug, but I don't know. It's a bit too endearing.
Wallet, that is, because the Dodge Neon RT is a street-going version of the world's most affordable factory race car, the Neon ACR.
Oh, the nug racing!
An amateur club racer that has dominated its class at SCCA showroom stock racing for the last few years.
Well, that's a little bit different. If it's actually coming from, like, an enthusiast car scene loving on these things, and that they've just like, all right, we'll just package one up for you. Still, it's a really funny car to want to race. I mean, I like Hyundai Excel Racing. Delcat, get Hyundai Excel Racing up, the Aussie stuff. There you go. I need an Excel.
And sets the pricing tone for the Neon RT, which carries a base price of only $13,295 for the two-door coupe.
Oh, look at those exhaust pipes. Oh, look at those wheels. Look at that ride height. It's really, like, exterior-wise so far, it's just a stock Neon with blue on it.
And $13,495 for a four-door sedan. Add on Chrysler's current...
Look, so from this side, without that little badge there, you wouldn't know that it's an RT. It looks exactly the same.
Discounts and rebates, and you can expect to drive a loaded example away for about $14,500. And for that very reasonable price, the Neon RT offers the mechanical advantages of its race...
So it's just very egg. So we've got to rewind a little bit.
Expect to drive a loaded example away for about $14,500.
Yeah, see, these two-door ones, like, it almost has a bit of a Viper look to it, but, like, the place where you sit is really big versus the rest of the car. I mean, that's why sports cars look amazing. There's nowhere to sit. They're like this tiny little capsule, but it's all for the look and the aerodynamics. Whereas this is actually meant to get people places, and so it's got the angular capacity.
Like, price, the
when it
Neon
gets
RT
side on,
offers
like, it's very egg. You can see that it's got sporty stuff in there, but the DNA is just these tiny little wheel arches versus the angular cabin. I'd want one desperately, right? But because it's a nug.
Mechanical advantages of its racing sibling, plus some snappy styling cues of its own, such as Viper-style racing stripes, which thankfully can be deleted for a lower profile look, standard fog lamps, a prominent rear wing, and larger 14-inch alloy wheels wearing a set of sticky Goodyear Eagles. Yeah. While inside, the RT gets a full complement of power accessories.
Can you believe how they got this out so cheap? It's just a stock Dodge Neon, but there's something bing bong under the bonnet because people keep rumbling about this car. I love looking at the power window here, but you can see this huge space for a manual winder. Excellent.
As well as a set of grippy, super supportive sports seats.
Yeah,
and leather-wrapped steering wheel and shift knob.
I guess.
All else is standard neon.
Oh, yeah, you're telling me it's standard neon. It's just...
The large analog gauges, the straightforward ventilation knobs,
Good.
and stereo controls that are set too low in the dash. A rear seat that's roomy in both 2- and 4-door models.
That's
and
what the angular
big
shape is
usable
for.
trunk. But while that's all very nice,
come on, what makes this RT? This is a stock neon so far.
whole reason behind the Neon RT is driving pleasure, which to any serious car fan means more horsepower.
But it's front-wheel drive. Like Max Verstappen's come out going like, I don't like front-wheel drive. It feels like, I think he said anti-driving. Like, I hate it. I hate having, it's just too much for the front wheels to do. All-wheel drive? Well, that's different. Like, if in doubt, rear-wheel drive. Front-wheel drive was invented to be cheap and easy. I know people who live in the snow will argue otherwise. That's my ignorance and me never even seeing snow. So, but as a driving car that I get excited about doing stuff with, front-wheel drive ain't it. It just ain't it.
So the RT gets the Neon line's top engine tuning. This 2-liter dual overhead cam, 16-valve, 4-cylinder that makes 150 horsepower and 133 pound-feet.
Yeah. I mean, that's like V6 territory for the day, which is pretty stout. It's a little wet today, 150 horse. I think my Nissan Leaf makes 100 horsepower.
Of torque, which flies to the front wheels through a 5-speed manual transmission that's lighter and sharper than many recent Chrysler gearboxes.
It's sharper than other Chrysler gearboxes. Like, that's not a good comparison.
And lets the tiny RT hustle to 60 in 8.7 seconds.
I don't know. My 1990 VN Holden Commodore with the 3.8-litre Buick thrown in it was doing 8-second pulls. I know it's a bigger car with bigger everything else and all that, but it's also a much older car and not a performance car. It was a Commodore Executive. It was the one that the taxis got their hands on, and it still had a faster model above that. But this is cheap, and it is nearly 30 years ago. So I guess 8-second hungy pulls was fine.
And through the quarter mile in 16.6 seconds at 84 miles per hour.
Sounds terrible.
And while Porsches need not fear it, the RT engine's strong mid-range and free-revving nature will allow it to quickly show its heels to most compact and quite a few mid-sized cars. But serious drivers know...
But like stock V6 boats show up those cars, and they have no credit at all. So... Like, I don't know. It's a weird market. I mean, Honda nailed it, but they did it with some proper engineering with the VTEC and whatnot.
That the real speed is in the corners. So the RT gets the ACR racing suspension, stiffer struts and springs, rear spring isolators, and thicker anti-roll bars, which turns the normally competent Neon into a pocket rocket that's more fun than a barrel full of pony cars. Especially on a twisty, challenging racetrack like Georgia's Roebling Road Raceway.
I mean, it's clearly holding its own, and it's got that race nug technology hiding behind it. Very few car people actually make it to a track. I've never been. I haven't been. And usually those open track days are just full of people. You got to have your head about you, It's like, yeah. And most people just have these in the city. That's it.
When thrown briskly into Roebling's faster corners, the Neon responded with a light, tossable feel and plenty of steering feedback, while tighter, slower corners showed us the fade-free power of the RT standard anti-lock equipped four-wheel disc brakes, which replaced the standard Neon's front disc and rear drums. Even when pushed hard, front-end plow and body roll remain at moderate levels for a front-wheel drive car.
Moderate levels for a front-wheel drive car. So in other words, it likes to plow.
Which allowed our drivers to use every bit of the RT's 150 horsepower. And while some of them wished for a few more ponies under the hood, everyone praised the RT's forgiving nature, especially at the limits.
Yeah, because it just understeers. You push it hard, it just stops turning. It doesn't whip itself around and plow into something, which I guess is an appeal, but just, I I just hate the front wheel drive car feel. I don't like it.
Although that limit is never approached on the street, or at least shouldn't be, the RT proved to be just as good as a daily commuter.
It better be. It's like a stock Neon with slightly more engine in it.
Was firm but far from punishing, and the lightweight feel of both shifter and clutch made even heavy stop-and-go traffic easy to handle. Add the easy-to-handle price to all this fun and performance, and it's clear that Dodge is a real winner in the Neon RT.
Did lots of people buy these? See, I'm not American. I wasn't there. So, like, did you see a lot of these RTs? Because, so many times, like, a cool car comes out. Like Holden Commodores, there was the SS version, which is like, the big V8 and all the body kit and everything and all that. You saw them now and then. It was the best one, but most people got an SV6 or something. So, yeah, did people actually pick these up?
A proven winner with a real racing heritage. The one that...
But is... See, I don't know enough about this scene where it's like, I mean, they did say that it was doing really well in its class and whatnot, so you can't argue with that. Unless it's in competition with absolute derelict nugs.
Change the charm and friendly personality of the standard Neon. An affordable race car for the street that you can actually drive on the street. It's the best of both worlds and will make you feel like a winner too every time you get behind the wheel.
I swear people have brought this up in comments and whatnot. And I guess I had my head on expecting 0 to 100 in like the high sixes. Like a 6.8 or something. That's kind of, with how excited people got about these, and the racing stripes and all that. But it's like high 8 seconds. To me, that's just a little bit... I mean, and even like the reviewers say, it's like they wish it had more power because it's 150 horse out of a 4-banger. I'm not a fan of how it sounds. Yeah, I don't know. I'd love one. It's a heckin' nug. And I mean, you have to let me know, did lots of people get these? Did they? I would, I guess. Ah, no music? Ah.